Check.
Check. So, yeah.
What's up? Oh,
Check.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2.
Check. Shalom. Y.A.H.N.N. Is that good?
Okay.
Check. Shalom. Y.A.H.N.N. Can you hear me?
Khan, sir, we can hear you in Durham.
We can hear you. Most High in Christ. Oh. Echo. It's echoing. It's like a reverb. Like a hall effect. Extra. Can you hear me now? Sounds better. All right, Most High in Christ. Okay. That'll work. I'll just turn the the other one. Yeah, put it down. Yeah, come. Check. Can you hear me now? Come. We can hear you, sir.
Testing.
I can hear you loud and clear, Yonazar.
Khan, sir.
It's in the other drawer at the bottom with the keypad. Come. You see both of them down there? How about now?
Check. Check. It's a cloud lift again bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I get expensive. Con, it's sore. It's good to go. Shalom, Yahweh. What's going on, Iraq? Shalom, Yahweh. How you doing, sir? I'm Tawad. What's going on with you, priest? Hey, not much. Hey, I just want to say the water for you coming out and laying your talents to Durham for the post-Passover cookout. The DJing is excellent. I mean, it's pretty much your second career, but the music was Tawab, and your equipment is seemed like you got like $100,000 worth of equipment over there. Hey, I tell you what, all of it belongs to the Most High. Damn right. Every last bit of it, because I'll tell you this. I was just talking about with everything that's going on in the world, like shit. We have to make an effort to be together. Like we have to make a genuine effort to come together and serve the Most High in Christ. Like the rain at the Passover was a definite indication of things we may have to overcome just to be together. Because it's easy for somebody to say, well, it's gonna rain. I don't have to come to the Passover. Or I don't want to mess up my garment. I don't want to. You could have thought of 1,000 excuses of not coming to Houston for the Passover. And I learned something, even in the struggle, the Most High wants us to still choose him. You know what I mean? Why not? When you think about brotherhood and sisterhood, even in the trouble, it's your responsibility still to choose the Most High in Christ. It's still to serve, still to be a brother, still to be a sister, even if you're tired, even if you're hungry. So I want to say the water for you to the I.S.U.P.K that's in Durham to open up your doors in your homes to allow essentially, you know what I'm saying, people that we didn't know 10 years ago into your house. You understand? Con. So I want to say the water, give Officer Rock a hand for, to open up his home to allow us to even come to Durham. You mean? Most High in Christ, sir. Yeah, con. And the soldiers that if I could, sir, listen, all the strong brothers that you raised up there in Durham, from young men, they became the troopers, you know what I'm saying? Now some of them got their officer test. Like that, and that's a testament of the zeal that they see that you exhibit from day to day. You understand? So, brother, I want to say, and we definitely got to give it up to Captain Nayathaq, Officer Yahweh, Officer Abraham, Officer Lahab, for setting the examples out Like, we see these brothers that's above us and we serve them with great zeal and humility, right? And if we do this thing the right way, do it with the spirit of being humble and being a warrior at the same time, brother, let me tell you something. This school gonna grow like no other. This school, these doors gonna become open. You have brothers coming in, bringing in their whole families, sisters coming in, bringing in their skills. You know what I'm saying? They what we call it? They Proverbs 31. What they bring in? Their virtue.
Virtuous.
We're gonna find out the virtuous woman they're not gonna go into the clubs and become alcoholics anymore. They're gonna get off OnlyFans. Even OnlyFans is the easy way of making $1,000 a day. But the time is coming now where our sisters are going to begin to choose to serve the Lord versus then to serve the mammon that's in the earth, the money that's in this earth. Because they're going to realize that we can have all the money in the world, but when you're suffering from day to day and you love your fathers and your mothers, that money don't answer your questions. The Bible says money is a defense, but money don't answer our questions when we start asking the Most High, why us, Lord? Why do we have to deal with so much turmoil? Why are we seeing all the things that are taking place on the news? What the hell does Iran and Russia and Afghanistan and Donald Trump have to do with me? We open up the Bible and we realize that, wait a minute, all of these things are ushering in the Third World War, which means our freedom. This is our freedom, all right? This is our freedom that we're looking at from there. You turn on that news, we are looking at our freedom, and it's happening right now. It's right in front of our faces, brother. So when you open up your doors, you come in there. Iraq had a whole spread laid out, y'all. He had chicken, baked chicken, oven baked chicken, honey roasted chicken, chicken roasted on top of roasted. I mean, he had it laid out in there. So he had a he had a charcuterie board. I don't even know. I'm just. It's 2025. I'm just learning what the hell is charcuterie. I can't even say that. Charcuterie? Yeah. A charcuterie board. I had it laid out, man. And I'm humble because at the Passover, we could have thought of, if we was in the world, you think every excuse to turn off the audio system, to turn off the mics. It was thundering, lightning bunk, y'all. Oh man, we gotta get from all these tents. The lightning hit the tents and all that. You could have thought of 1,000 reasons to be like, man, I don't know about this. I don't know if I want to serve the Lord like this. Guess what? When we said Sawapanyakodum, and we turned to the east and we said them prayers, I ain't seen not one brother or sister put their head down.
Damn right.
That gave me chills. Captain Nayathaq came to me. He said, "I was Zion, brother. Let's make this thing happen. Let's do it." And I'm the water. I'm saying the water to Captain Nayathaq for his zeal to even understand the moment in the world. Like you will miss the moment in the world. You'll think of another excuse of what you can't overcome in the world, man. But in here, like we say, no cowards, no excuses out. That's right. So once again, I rock the water to you. The water for them sisters up there, Officer Maha, y'all, his rib, them putting that food together. Man, it was flawless. Them brothers eating. The sister had cooked some beef ribs, monk, y'all. They told me, oh, they right there on the table. I don't know who they thought they was talking to. You thought I don't know. I guess you thought I was just gonna look at the ribs or something. That's the Iraq. She came back in and said, "What happened to all the ribs?" I don't know. The babies ate them. Shit, Salakia. But other than that, where your honors are at? Where my man at? What? So I want to say, Iraq, give yourselves a hand. Give the brothers who helped put everything together a hand for the cookout, and the sisters, Salakia. But other than that, let me hear from Yonazar. What you got, Yonazar? You know how I like to do it. Then Lord willing, I'm gonna hold down the Salakia. I'm
well,
too much.
If I may, sir.
One second.
Hold tight. Hold on for a second. Let's do this thing right. Shalom. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shabbat to the Akim, the brothers. Shalom. Yahweh Shemal Thumb by Hashem Yahweh to the sisters. I'm preaching officer of 5,000 Zion Yalla coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. This is the Tuesday night brotherhood scripture breakdown class, the mandatory class for North Carolina. I'll be holding down the hammer to Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayathaq, who runs North Carolina. You understand? Once he come on, we'll be turning the class over him. If you have any questions that you need answered, you put them in the chat. If I can answer them, I'll answer them. If I can't, we'll hold off to Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayathaq comes in. Other than that, let's roll, Yonazar.
So if I may, so everybody know Trump is the new Jesus, right? Everybody know that. And but the thing that I wanted to comment on, sir, is that like America is like a sexual deviant kingdom, period. Period. And so now we see that the leaders of America are sexual deviants as well. It's with several congressmen, at least two, was brought to the forefront that they had even raped women and also physically abused women. And two of them had to resign. They resigned today officially. The point is that all the evils of America are being brought forth in our face. And like nobody, we already know the deal in U.P.K. under Commander Jerry YAHANNA. We already know the deal. But now the whole world can see exactly why we're in this condition. It's because the people that's running this place are wicked as hell.
What did the scriptures say about when the wicked are in authority? What did the scriptures say? Let's pull it real quick. Let's get it out of the Bible. Let's not do like the Christian church does. And that's what we don't do. If we see something that preaching prophets of the Lord, we're seeing it. We become seers because we read these words that the Most High gives us for understanding and wisdom. If we go back and we look at our lives and be like, oh, I need to make an adjustment right here. I'm seeing these things take place in real life, and this how we're living our lives from day to day. And then when you really sit in the scriptures and really think about it, you don't miss. We open up the Bible and we read these scriptures and we say, damn, that's now it's time to do surgery, bunker, y'all. It's just like a surgeon, any type of surgeon that does open heart surgery. They're going to read the chapter and understand, okay, this is the main artery. This is the artillery artery. And then once they understand what they're doing, they define the terms. Then what they do, they pick up the scalpel and then dissect the heart and figure out, okay, how can we fix the issue that is going on with this, you know what I'm saying, with the muscle, you know what I'm saying, with this organ, if I may. Well, that's who we are at Preaching Prophets in the Lord, right? And the school that Commander General YAHANNA set up in the Most High, in the Spirit of Most High in Christ, we are the surgeons that are doing the surgery for our people. We break down these scriptures based on the Spirit of the Lord and the suffering that we go from day to day and how we get out of it, right? So when we break down these scriptures, we seeing the dysfunction that are in our neighborhoods, just like a surgeon would do, right? We see these things, and it's our job to dissect them and really figure out how can we help our people. So read that verse for me, Yonazar. Let everybody know where you are. So that when they write these things down in their notes, they can go back and ask that Christian pastor who does not teach them any goddamn thing. I know he came to that service last week in that damn sherbet colored goddamn suit that he had on with them gators asking for money and then teach the people a goddamn thing. But yet and still they receive all the rewards because they water down this truth. So let them know where you are, Yonazar, so we can give the people the truth of this. This is
the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
So let me break this thing down. When the righteous are in authority, what does it mean to be righteous? Or what would it mean to be righteous? What would it mean to be righteous, Akim? If you log in online, I know there's a slight delay, but if you're hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth and my voice, try to answer that question. How would you define the righteous according to the Bible? Read that verse again, Yonazar. When what?
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right. So I want somebody define righteous and give me another definition for authority. Anybody can answer it. I just want to see if you have it online. But somebody define righteous for me according to the Bible and give me another term or another a definition for authority, Baba Kashaw.
So like I said, if I may.
Please, come on.
So righteousness is what the Most High say righteousness is. And for us, it's the law, statutes, and commandments. Brotherhood. Right. That's righteousness.
Right. Good job. I think Sister Sapa, y'all said, Salakia, that's to keep the commandments. Damn right, sis. Most High in Christ. What else we got in there? To keep the law according to the Most High, right? So that's how we define righteous. Now, in the Christian church, how do they define righteous? They don't. They say, come as you are. They don't never say change. We come in here and learn what it means to be righteous according to the Lord. How to be perfect. And meaning perfect, you know, somebody that's cynical, they'll think you can't burn a piece of toast. Like, damn, man, you burn the toast, man. You ain't perfect. Oh, you misspelled that word. That's not perfect. No, dumbass. That's not what it's talking about. Being perfect is according to what the Lord says, not what's the ingredients in a goddamn fruit salad. You understand? Being perfect is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. In doing so, you can't be righteous. Come on, what you got, Bunk, y'all?
So, like, if I may, this is according to the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
You can turn yours up a little bit.
Page 502. Number 3. 2. Number 2. Check. Righteousness, the quality of righteousness or justice in the most frequent and
for what's that word again?
Righteousness. The quality of the quality of rightness or justice.
For justice. Remember that. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments is a way for us to always receive justice between one another. Right? That is why people are rejoicing, because the things that are happening to them are done in a righteous manner to receive what? Justice. Would you imagine the Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians living under this oppressor? We have never received justice for the things that have been done to us. They'll write it on a piece of paper, Iraq. You understand? They'll write it down and make some type of constitutional amendment, but we've never received justice. But read that scripture again from the top, Yonazar, please, Baba Kushaw.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
When the righteous are in authority.
When the righteous, the ones that are making justice, are just decisions, right? When the righteous are the ones that are in rulership, are in authority, go ahead, are the head, go ahead.
The people rejoice.
Right. Why? It's easy to rejoice when you know you're going to have some type of retribution of something that if something happens to you, you're going to get taken care of. If you lose something, you're going to get it back. If something go missing, somebody will find it. Well, guess what? When we in this school in I.S.U.P.K, we know that the righteous are in authority because we understand that the men above us, they understand justice, Akim. Akwatian. Akaska, the men above us, they understand justice. They understand if something happens, let me figure out how can I help this brother. If something goes wrong, how can I help this sister? No matter where you are around in the school, you come into the school, brother. Akaska down there, we had brothers come down there to help my brother out. You know what I'm saying?
Kind.
That's something to rejoice about versus you having to carry the burden by yourself. Knowing that you have a brother or sister that's beside you, that's something to rejoice about, I can. Read on, Yonazar.
Kind of one kind.
Please.
But when the wicked beareth rule,
go ahead.
The people mourn.
So we talked about earlier, just like you said, Yonazar, the wicked are running the earth so much so their wickedness has caused them to even resign out of office. They're in the position to make righteous and just decisions, Yonazar, but their wickedness is so evil, they can't even do it. They can't even do the goddamn job. They can't even do the goddamn job. And they'll tell you, Yonazar, you know what they'll tell us? What they've been telling us, Yonazar? I know you know the answer to this. What did they ask us to do for change?
Well, they asked us to wait for change.
Wait, and what else? They want you to, stand in the line and vote. You're gonna vote for somebody who's gonna resign for being wicked. He got a whole foot locker of child, PDF files in his wall locker, up under his bed, in his foot locker that his wife knows about. And he had on a $3,000 Armani suit. And he'll ask you to vote for me. I'll give you justice. Free. Yeah, I'll free you. But only to find out later, he's gonna resign. He's gonna resign.
It's like
only to find out he been on Epstein Island. I seen the picture, and Gentleman Hyman said, "Damn, Donald Trump was trying to wake what's his name, Jeffrey Epstein up from the dead." I said, "God damn, boy, he hell on wheels, boy. Good night. Come on, Nayathaq."
No, I was just going to say what was kind of strange to me. It wasn't strange, but it was odd that this is something that Donald Trump would usually jump on and make a comment, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't say nothing about it as of yet. He's been very quiet because people might not remember 26 women. And the only reason why Donald Trump is not on trial now is because 26 women charged him with rape, but the statutes of limitation didn't allow him to be prosecuted.
Come on, Bunk, yo.
So, like, what's so crazy about what you saying, Officer Yanazar, is the fact that didn't they prosecute Bill Cosby? What was the statute of limitations on the rape that he was charged with? They went back decades, and then women came all out of the woodworks, and he got charged with that. So what's the difference, Salakian?
But there goes in a nutshell right there, isn't it? We see that when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, man. We see the people that go. Come on, Nayathaq, Salakian.
I was going to say with Bill Cosby, right? Like, he was only convicted of 2 charges, right? And those charges were from this woman that looked like a man. If y'all remember, like, I don't know what was wrong with Bill Cosby that day. You know what I'm saying? But he was convicted because she was like, not only did, like, she was within like the statute of limitations. All the other charges couldn't stick because they were too old.
Let me ask you a question. If I remember, that lady looked like a dusty cardboard box, right?
Sir.
She wasn't oppressor.
Like, something was wrong with Bill. He must have really been on them drugs that day, sir.
No. I'm talking about. See, that's the thing that we have to really understand about this earth. We're not allowed. That's not us. We're not allowed to see the wrong and partake in the evil. We're not allowed. That's not the Most High. The Lord said, "Learn not the way of the heathen." Those things that we see in the earth, that's our responsibility. We're seeing the things that Trump is doing, his cabinet is doing, these politicians, all throughout the earth. And we seeing it, and not only are we seeing it, we're hearing the injustices that are taking place from the victims that are coming forward. So this should be an indicator to us to be like, you know what? Those decisions, I shouldn't abide in that. I got to separate myself from it. If we seeing all these the actors that we looked up to as children, we seeing us marrying ourselves to heathens. These are examples to everything that the Lord says in his Bible. That's why it's so important that all the brothers and sisters that sit in these classes don't just sit and look. Don't just sit and look. Don't just sit and say nothing. Don't just put your head down and start, writing your notes and pretending. Don't do that. If you're going to come to these classes, take it and do the will of the Most High. Take it, learn it, eat it up. And that's what we, and come on with it, brother.
On that note, I just wanted to make a statement about that. Coming to class is very important. It's not a thing where you come to class for a certain amount of time, get your name, and then you never seen or heard from again until like a feast day or high holy day. In the world, we're constantly bombarded with the world, and it's trying to fight everything that we try to do in the truth, right? And so we have to continue and be consistent coming to class and being with each other in order to also fight the world. Salaki, sir.
Man, give him a hand for saying that. We got to be consistent. And going back to what Joe Muhammad said to us a long time ago, I would say, how many years ago? About 5, 6 years ago?
I think it was about 6 years ago. You're right. 6 years ago, for sure.
About 6. We have to prefer one another.
That's right.
We have to fight to prefer one another. Because if we don't prefer one another, what you gonna prefer one of these goddamn cabinet members? Huh? you gonna prefer? You prefer to be around them? Was she a sister that was bragging about dating the oppressor and went to Tanzania?
Sister Janae, Ashley Janae.
Sister Ashley Janae, man.
Janae Robinson.
Ashley Janae Robinson, man. May the Lord be with her with that, man. But it's such a terrible thing that oppression is pushing our sisters in a way that while they're being lifted up, the oppressor is opening the gate for them to be prime for slaughter, man. Because the Christian church isn't protecting our sisters like they should. Right. They're not teaching them like, wait a minute, I know you're in a position, you're coming up, y'all have these degrees, you get in these prominent positions, and they're not being protected by the men at all. And the brothers that's supposed to be protecting the sisters, they done went red pill, red pill, blue pill, orange pill. And then you see the oppressor use his gimmicks once again to further separate us. So same old tactic they always been using, which is what? Divide and what? Conquer. So we got a sister's, what's her name? Janae?
Ashley Janae Robinson.
Ashley Janae Robinson, man. Beautiful sister. You mean to tell me you
31.
31, you couldn't.
So like, if I may, I mean, they're pulling up all kinds of, your social media, is a record. They're pulling up all kinds of tweets where she was just bragging about wanting mixed babies and, being well kept and, just promoting miscegenation, which is so wicked and evil. And you look at, I looked at her parents, and her mom jumping out, to her defense.
Okay.
As she should. And I'm looking because she sounds like, she has a white man, but she's married to a black man. She's married to a brother. And it's like nobody interjected and nobody spoke up to say, no, what you can't deal with the devil.
I've learned something about this truth, man. I gotta be frank, Rock. For real change to happen, sometimes you're gonna piss somebody off.
Damn right.
Sometimes you're gonna get pissed off when you tell it's have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the what? The truth.
That's right.
And Salaki, and with that,
sure.
I want to turn it over to Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayathaq, but Yumyan. Y'all clap it up. Shalom, Yahweh B'Shem Shekatah.
Yahweh B'Shem Shekatah. Thumb. Yahweh Shema Tabashim Shai. How y'all doing?
Swab, sir.
Y'all back and ready? You're rejuvenated?
Kind of one
kind. Ready for this weekend?
Or
y'all gonna let them demons get to you? I hope not. You know what I mean? I hope we're ready to hit that ground. Summer is here. You understand? And them demons coming out. You understand? And then here we learn how to battle demons. You understand? We
Come
learn
on.
how to do it the best way. You understand? And how we do that? Through what? Brotherhood. You understand? Now if we gonna top one just now, we're gonna play some for you all to see that the Christian church, they distract us to the point where we don't know what demons are. You understand? Y'all ever see the movie? I hope I'm not butchering the word exorcist. Top one, am I butchering the word exorcist? Tell me.
I mean, sir, is the exorcist, but come, sir.
Exorcist.
Come,
I apologize. How many of you ever see that movie?
come.
Y'all see it?
Yes, sir.
Kind of one kind.
With the,
Yeah.
with the oppressor turning her neck around and all that.
Yep. Climbing the wall. You understand? Look up this to me. Look up this. I had type it in. Do evil spirit cause you to levitate? Brother. I mean, and this one thing black people need to understand too, right? When the Bible speaks about Esau, right, pertaining to him, to him lying, right? Is it just speaking about one particular group? Is it speaking about one particular group? Is America the more evil than France? More evil than Russia?
So, like it, sir,
Sir.
on the surface, I would say yes.
So you think it would have been different if black people were speaking Russian? We were Russians. We'd have a better chance.
La
Yeah, it wouldn't be different.
it would be the same.
Yeah, it'll be the same. Because white people lie no matter what. They lie. The Russians in them right now have what in their hands? What they have in their hands right now? You ever hear the book called what? The Russian Icons?
Kind of one kind, sir.
They do have it, but are they saying it's Negroes in America? Blacks in the Caribbean? No. What are they saying? They're saying that they are what? These
Africans.
are African people. Which means they're doing what? They're doing the same thing America doing. Lying. That's why they're going to have to all go into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And the Lord is going to deal with them. Because they all lie. You understand? And just remember, white people are in religion or are being religious just to do what? And never forget this. Just to do what? What do you think they're in religion to do?
So, like it, sir, if I may.
Come on.
The religion is to deceive the world so that they can stay in power.
That's it.
And rule.
That's it. I'll take that, Yanaza. That is it. There's just to deceive us. It's just to deceive us. Because why? Wayne Gacy, he was down to being in the choir. He was down to what? Running a church. He was high up there inside that church. But then when he goes home, he has what? Bodies buried under his house. You understand? Right? 1 minute. Right? Now give me type one. Let's start watching it. So this is Chris, not saying Chris is Tucker Carlson and this Catholic priest. Who said it was? Who look up that for me? on Google. Anybody type in, does evil spirit make you levitate?
Sir.
Come on, let me hear what AI, what Google tell you.
The Google's AI overview said, based on reports within traditional Catholic exorcism and various paranormal accounts, evil spirits are believed by believers to cause possession victims to levitate, to inspire fear, or demonstrate control. While commonly depicted in media.
Now, hold on. Tab on. Did this say it happen?
Sir.
Yeah, they didn't say it happened. Where's the evidence? Are you gonna take me to a movie? You understand? You're gonna take me to a movie. Come on.
So it says, while commonly depicted in media, such occurrences are considered rare, specialized phenomena rather than everyday occurrences.
Mm-hmm. So which lets you know what? This is strictly to who? What religion?
Catholic, sir.
Catholic. So you tell me the Catholics are the only one where demons in there levitate?
Mm.
So demons in the Catholic Church different from demons outside the Catholic Church.
Come.
So the demons in there just more wild. They're no behavior. Any more?
So like I said, nothing. I don't think it's any more pertinent information, but it's just doubling down on the same thing. Exorcists like Father Vincent Lampert. Is that who we about to watch this video?
That could be very well him. I don't know the dude's name. Look at the arm. Look below the arm. The credits of the video. But we're gonna read some of this here. I mean, listen to some of this.
No, this is Father Chad Ripperger.
Mm-hmm.
Come. So like I said,
right.
But yeah, Father Vincent Lampert stated that in rare cases of possession, demons can control the body, which may include lifting it. Scientific and rational perspective. There is no scientific evidence that validates levitation by spirits, and such claims are generally attributed to fraud, tricks, or hallucinations.
Come on now. Fraud, tricks, or what? Hallucinations. Otherwise, guess what? We'll be hearing about a whole ton of people levitating now. Why it is only subject to the Christian pastors, to the Catholic preachers? Why that's only subject to them? You never hear any other religion talk about the demons levitating. You understand? Which lets you know okay.
Not today.
You understand? Right? No, let's play a little bit. And let me get something, we'll hit it off. To show you that they you know what I mean, they don't understand this Bible like, you know what I mean, Commander YAHANNA and the generals, you know what I mean, and how they teach us this. What you're learning is gold. You understand, brothers and sisters? What you're learning in here is gold. You understand? It's not common knowledge, right? Come on. Read.
State what the qualities are that you see in people that are compatible with demons, just like to remember to avoid these things. What are they?
Well, it's basically people that, and this is actually some of the secondary signs of possession. It's people who have a tendency towards mendacity, lying all the time, duplicitous. I've made this comment even publicly about certain politicians. You can tell that these people are in cahoots with.
So you're saying lying all the time? Well. What do we have here? Who lies all the time? So you tell me only the politicians lie? Only politicians. Who believe Christ? Who taught Christ was a white man? Who taught what? Mary was the mother of God. So based on what you're saying, the Catholic Church is full of what?
Liars, sir.
Liars, but full of what?
Demons.
You understand? Full of it. They embodied it. Go ask, go do a research on the religion, the most dominant religion in prison. It's going to be what? Christianity and Islam running neck to neck. It's running neck to neck. You understand? Which lets you know what? The Christian church is not the house of God. You understand? That's why we say in here what? The Christian church is a what? Let's see if you're remember. What do we say in here? Christian church is the house of what?
Satan.
And it's a
Hell of a drug.
Yeah. The whole works. You understand? Because they don't do anything the Lord said to do. And these preachers be trying to tell you that, you know what I mean, trying to give you a breakdown on demons when they don't know what demons is about. Go to Mark 5. Let's start at 1. Go to Mark 5 and 1. If you all have any questions, just stop me, right? Or just type it in the chat. All right. You all have any troopers, any young men in the class there who want to read?
We got Officer 51. No troopers in there.
Right? Mark 5 and 1 I said, right?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 1. And they came over to the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarean. Hold on, so like it.
Gadarenes.
Yeah, come on, Gadarenes. Verse 2. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit.
Right? They met him, a man with a what?
Out of the tombs, a man with an unclean spirit.
Right, he had an unclean spirit. You understand? Read on.
Verse 3, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind them. No.
You understand? Which lets you know that what? Today we will refer to this man as a what?
Like, sir.
Come on.
Unclean spirit.
Say one time?
Unclean
No, today.
spirit? Oh.
Today. We don't use, you know what I mean, language like unless you're in here.
Salaki, sir, someone with a mental illness.
Yes, we'll say this was not a mental illness. You understand? We'll say that. Because this man, where was he living? Where was his residence?
So like it, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Graveyard.
Yes. Right? Somebody in the right mind is not going to be what? Living in a what? Graveyard.
Go.
You understand? Well, this brother here, he was living in that graveyard. And he had an unclean spirit out. And that's like, you know what I mean? That's why in here, you learn that what? Blind people, if you could see in the, I think is in the third dimension or the fourth dimension, you'll see what? An angel what? Covering his eyes. And he, you know, walking normal, but you seen an angel hand over his eyes. You understand? A cripple, you'll see an angel doing what? Either holding it, you know what I mean? Holding him, you know what I mean? Tying him up or holding him down. You understand? Where he can't move. If you could see, is the fourth dimension or the third dimension?
Fourth dimension, sir.
Yeah, the fourth dimension. You understand? Like you'll see these things if the Lord was going to what? Open your eyes so you can see what these angels be doing to brothers and sisters who, you know what I mean, who we would say have some mental illness, some you know what I mean, blind, you know what I mean, some form of, you know what I mean, cripple. You understand? Right? Read on.
So come on. not with chains. Verse 4.
Mhm.
Because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him.
So
The
what they had to do? They had to do what with this man?
It's like it. They had to bound him with fetters and chains.
They had to bound him with feathers and chains.
Okay.
You understand? Now, based on what you've been hearing, these preachers say about demons, right? Now, if you were to believe them, then what would you have to throw out the door?
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
You got to throw the Bible out.
Summertime?
If you believe the Christian pastor, you have to not believe in the Bible.
Well, of course, yes, you're right. Can't say no to that. But there's something else you will not be able to say that we love saying in here. You know what I mean? Something you say where, you know what I mean, it's a form of freedom.
Salaki, sir?
Come on.
You said something that we say that you can't say in a Christian church?
No. What I'm saying is this. We say it here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What we say here, right? If we were to believe what the Christian pastor, what these preachers and them be saying about demons, we can't say, what we're saying here.
It's like it, sir.
But hold on, Batizar one, get it. What Batizar one said there? Batizar one got it. Hit the nail on the head. Yeah. You can't say the white man is the devil. You cannot say the white man is the devil. You go tell a Christian that now. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. They're gonna be like, no, he's not. He's not. He's not under the ground. He's not. He don't possess people. You understand? Because they give it a whole different meaning. That's why when you go, type it in your Google machine about demons and where they're getting this mess from, they're gonna tell you they're not getting it from the Bible. They're gonna say it's what? It's Christian doctrine, but it ain't coming from the Bible. You understand? That whole paragraph you read, type of one, did this say come from the Bible? Did they give any verses pertaining to where they're getting the information from? You know what I mean? When they say that demons could cause you to levitate? No. Yeah. They're not getting nothing from the Bible. Come on.
So like I said, they in the article it did say that they had some historical written accounts, of these things happening. That was part of the article.
Which one? That top one was reading?
Yeah.
Yes, they would say it, but there's no what?
There's no scientific proof. They said that too. They said there's no real scientific proof that it's happened. It's only been written accounts.
Right. Who wrote the accounts?
They did.
Yeah. So which means you're lying. You understand? It's no different than, what's going on the earth right now? What's happening on the earth right now pertaining to America and Iran?
War, sir.
They're fighting a war right now, right?
Sir.
But according to Donald Trump, these soldiers are doing what? They're having what? What did he call it?
Negotiations.
Not negotiation, but he said,
Salaki, sir, a ceasefire?
Not ceasefire. He used a word where it does not mean they're at war. He used a word. I forget the word they used. He said they're doing an excursion, or I forget the word he was using.
Impasse.
I think he said it was an excursion. Like they were just, you know what I mean? They're not fighting a war, because for them to fight a war, he will have to go to who? He will have to go to Congress and get approval.
Mm.
So you can't use the word war. You understand? Right? Now, 20 years, 50 years into the future, right? When you're reading the history about this war with Iran, whoever is in power is going to say, if America is in power 20 years from now, what do you think they're going to say about the war? Yeah, they're going to say they whoop Iran behind. Iran was their leaders was abusing their people, and we went in there and did what? And saved them. And then when you ask Google to share some proof, ain't no proof to say that they won. But when you do your research, you're seeing that Iran, they closed these Straits of Hormuz. America went begging for a ceasefire, got the ceasefire, went to do negotiation, but it's under the pretext that it was under a cover just so that they could have a ceasefire. They wasn't going to make no deal with Iran. They wasn't going to make no deal with them. You understand? Which letting you know that these white men, they just lie as Yaniza was saying, just to stay in power, just to keep power. And it tells you that in the article too that Tabon was reading. It says they lie to instill what? To instill fear. And once you instill fear into your congregation, they're going to do what? They're going to do what? They're going to follow. They're going to follow. You understand? When last you hear about statue bleeding?
From the Catholics, right?
Yeah, when last you hear about a statue bleeding? You didn't hear about that in a while. Yeah, because somebody gonna ask what type? Right. What's the blood type? You understand? What's the blood type? You understand? And now they could trace that blood back to whoever blood it is. That technology for that now. So in here in that mess right now. You understand? All them now they have to the religion have to start to do what? Evolve into some other mess. You understand? And now lo and behold, they're telling you that what? Demons lie. Well, I guess America full of demons then. Right. Because they've been lying to black people about who they are, according to the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
They've been lying. No, Tabo, and play a little bit more, and then we'll jump back into that scripture.
The devil, because of the fact that every single thing they do maximizes, are in cahoots with the devil because of the fact that every single thing they do maximizes damage within their capacity to do so. You know, you get around people. Yeah, you do. You get around people that are like
Oh,
that.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know them.
Even though they might have a veneer of respectability, they're in a position of authority and they kind of conduct themselves a certain way. Everything they do. I first noticed
they
this.
don't show any, like a normal, I lie. I have lied. I hate lying, but I have done it. But when I do it, or I think most people, when they lie, you know, you kind of twitch a little bit. You don't want to lie.
Yeah.
It's the people who register no concern at all about
That's
lying.
right. No
that
remorse.
is a sign.
Yes.
Do you think?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
hold on.
Yeah, and that's that psychological compatibility.
So what are you saying? Hold on, Tabo. What are you saying? Saying you can lie, but you had to have a conscience behind lying. There's some people who do have a conscience behind lying, right? There's some people that don't have a conscience behind lying, which lets you know what? That Esau, there's always what? Some excuse. You understand? Some excuse. There's some excuse for you to lie, for you to say this and then say this and say that. When there should be no excuse. That's why In here, we don't lie to each other. You understand? We don't do that. Why are we doing that? Why are you lying to your brother? Why are you lying to your sister? Why are you lying to your wife? Why are you lying to your husband? You don't need to do all of that. We don't need to do that in here. You understand? These heathens been doing it to each other. They lie. They tell you they want to negotiate, and then when they come to the table, guess what they do? They blow your whole country up. They kill your leaders. I know you're gonna behave like they behave. You're gonna lie like they lie. You understand? Play on.
Or people that are willing to just sacrifice other people for the sake of them getting even some of the most modest of gains, where and so the demons will just, they'll be happy to kill a bunch of, unborn children in order to empower themselves in relationship to, say one particular politician or another. They're more than happy to do so.
Pause it. And now you're speaking. You could let the thing play out, put it on mute, and just let the advertisement play out. Right? But that should show you what the Catholic Church been lying. You know how much people, Native Indians, they had to unalive to take the language from them. You remember that story about the Native Indians, I think is in Canada, where they found I think it was a school, right? And I think the Catholic was in charge of it, and a lot of them was being, unalived, and punished in some harsh ways. It came out, but stories like them, come on.
So, like I said, also they found like over 200 like bodies, that they had killed over a period of time. We don't know the exact period of time, but they found like 200 bodies, children, what I'm saying, that had been killed.
And that's just what we know. You know how much unaliving they had to do with bringing the religion to this side of the earth, so that people would fear and what follow. You understand? And now to come today, and as I was saying, like Tucker Carlson and them, they don't want to you think they're not watching us. They're watching us. You understand? But they know if they get us on there, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. We'll tell them what demons is. And we'll tell them that the white man embodies demons. You understand? And we could drop what? History on what the white man been doing to us. You understand? Lying. You understand? Right? Who was reading the scripture for me? I think what's his name?
Hawan, Officer One.
Hawan. Continue. Let's go back to the scripture now.
Okay.
I think it reached the fetters of iron.
Okay, sir. It's the book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 4, in the middle. And the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5.
Neither could what?
Any man tame him.
What does that mean?
No man, Salaki, sir. No one at that time and in that scenario was able to shake him out of it, wake him up, bring him back to a stable mindset.
Yeah. Nobody was able to get him to stop behaving in that manner. Because remember to say that put him in fetters of iron and he will do what? He would just what? Break free from it. Which means he was doing what? He was being what? He was running havoc in that place. And they had to what? Time down because he was, he was out his mind.
Zalagi, sir, in the mental illness field, just historically,
Mhm.
there's a thing called I guess in the streets we call it retarded strength,
Mm-hmm.
where there's extraordinary strength that is obtained by someone who has some type of
Mental
psychological
illness.
issues. Come.
Yeah.
And this is before the medications that we have today. So it was probably, more trials and experimentations and stuff going on. But way back then, they probably had none. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
I ain't gonna say that they didn't have anything to to quell it. They just, at this time, this is what they was dealing with this brother. Because remember, medication, them things been around for what? For years. Doctors, around. They knew, what, what grass or what herb to get for you for certain situations. So they've been around. You understand? But the white man would have you think he invented everything. When he invented nothing, he stole everything. Stole, everything. All right? Can't get a car to work properly. You understand? Let's talk about that. You know what I mean? Come on, read on.
So come on, verse 5. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, praying and cutting himself with stones.
And he was what?
Cutting himself with stones.
Cutting himself with stone. He was being what? This brother was being what? Who cuts themselves with knives?
So like I said, like suicidal people. So this brother was suffering and he just wanted to like find a way to ease his suffering,
Yeah. And we'll say it like that, but that's a demon that's trying to finish the job. You understand? But Christians don't see it like that. To them, a demon has to be what?
Magical, sir.
Yeah. How to be levitating, how to be head turn all, spin all the way back, walking like a damn spider. Now you have a demon. You understand?
Prayer walk.
Right? Yeah, when demons, how do you know if somebody have a demon? How do you know someone have a demon? Where demons come from? Akim, how do you know if somebody have a demon? Aquath, come on.
By their actions, sir, and you try the spirit.
That's it. By the actions. We don't wait till they foaming out the mouth to be like, oh yeah, that person have a demon. We see that blunt in your mouth, that cigarette in your hand, oh, you have a demon. That's right. We see you accepting what America is giving you. Oh, you have a demon. You understand? That clears the way when you say by their action, by what they do. They have a pig knuckles in their hand, fit in the socket, sucking it, or a crab hand in their hand, fit into crack it open. They have demons. It's simple. But you sit down and hear these priests, it always sounds like it's mystical. You understand? When the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of, which means
that's
what?
Right.
He is a walking demon. You understand? Walks and breathing.
So like sir,
you understand? Come on.
If I could, so on the topic, just a quick kind of broad question, but on the topic, in terms of identifying what is and what is not a demon, as priests, is it as simple as when you recognize something that is that is basically either causing a person to go towards committing sin or go against the the structure within the truth.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, let's say for example, we talked about the Hebrew Academy. Y'all brothers who was in 2018 Hebrew Academy, the best Hebrew Academy class of all time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But Salakia, there was a question asked one time about what if a man above you just drops his keys and says, pick it up. Right? Ultimately, the answer was that you've been given a lawful order. You pick up the keys, and then you say, Salakia, sir, you go to that man alone and say, Salakia, sir, I don't think that was, I felt offended by that. If he hear you, no sweat. He don't hear you, you go into counsel. So is disobeying a lawful order from a man above you? Is that automatically like a demon? Like if you're given a lawful order and that thing in you that almost resists, is that a demon? Salakia, sir.
It's okay. If the okay, how to put it? Broad, I would have to say yes. That's a demon on you. Because you go to counsel, you'll get jammed up real bad for disobeying a lawful order. You understand? Right? Now, is it on the level of, you abusing, a woman, it's, or a child? No, may not be. You understand? It all depends on what it is. You understand? But you get a lawful order, you better follow it. You understand? You don't like that lawful order. Now you could do what? You have a government in here where you can do what? You could take it to counsel.
Okay.
And now the brother with the demon on them will not want to do what? Not so much go to counsel. Will not want to accept the judgment.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
Understand? Because I just, and you all brought up some heavy too, and that's another thing too. That demon will stop you from coming to what?
Class, sir. The council, sir.
The council. It will stop you. Why? Because council should be a place where you do what? You come to what? You come in there to do what? Somebody's charging you for offense. You're supposed to be coming to council to do what?
Profess.
Not to
truth.
Well, to profess the truth, but more than that is you're gonna what? You're gonna be like, I was a brother, I was a sister.
Right.
I didn't do, I don't think I did anything wrong. This, that, the other. Because you being what? I don't want to say child, but you being accused of being unbrotherly. You being accused of being, you're not being a sister. You understand? You're being accused of, being a sinner. You ain't no sinner. I ain't no sinner. I'm coming to that council.
That's right.
And I'm coming to see what I did, and I will hear what you did. And the judgment, if the judgment ain't come your way, you about to accept it. Better be like, you know what? I wasn't wrong. Because now somebody else who's outside, who have the experience, you understand? Who was put there to deal with that matter. No, he dealt with that matter, and I'm wrong. I have to accept it. If I don't accept it, that means what? For sure you have a demon.
That's right.
You understand?
Come on, sir. Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Just to let you know, we got some questions in the chat, sir.
Come on.
Okay. Salakia, first officer, I got a question, sir.
No, Salakia, I had a just to add on with the initial point about a smaller demon, such as let's say we had a pocket tyrant, or let's say a man above us, does something that it may not be necessarily a sin, but it may be something that we may, it could be a little too aggressive at a time or whatever, or inconsiderate. because we have brotherhood and we have the system of going to him and thee alone, it allows us the opportunity to reflect and see, oh, okay, and not allow that thing to grow, meaning some small things, some small demons can grow into those big catastrophic demons if left undealt with, which is why in I.S.U.P.K we profess that brotherhood is a weapon.
That's
You understand?
right.
The reason why it's a weapon is because we need each other. The reason why we need each other, or because we need each other, we're going to offend. We're going to bump into each other. We're going to, do things. That's why we had a law to show us how to deal with it when we offend one another. If I may turn the air down a little too cold, or too hot or whatever, but because we must come together. Zephaniah 2:1, we're going to be together. We have the high holy days, we have the feast days, the classes and things like that, because we're constantly dealing with one another as a nation of people. And right now, just as a school, there's going to be times when brothers going to feel offended or feel slighted. And the best thing is to go to him at that moment so it doesn't grow into an all-out beef or, I ain't effing with him, or, he don't like me, or anything like that. So that's why that is important, because, when people come in the truth and what we learn in the world, and that's why it's very, when Officer Zion was talking about being consistent, we need it, because in the world, you come in the truth, you don't want to offend. You don't want to say something because you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you don't want to get them in trouble. But in the UPK, it's like a whole nother thought process where it's like, no, go to them, tell them that he did it, go to her, tell her that she did it. Don't let it grow into a big offense, so where it's like, even though she has this demon or he has this demon, we kind of failed them because we knew about this behavior. We knew about that behavior, but we let it slide. We let it slide. We let it slide. So in regards to demons, the thoughts in our mind, they grow. They can grow. We can feed into those demons, and we can starve those demons. And in UPK with brotherhood, we starve those demons. Salakia, sir.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You understand? And the best way to put this, think about it like this: is like a cancer. A cancer starts off what? Small. And if you don't take care of it, it starts to do what? Starts to spread. And depending on the type of cancer you have, it will take over your whole body. And before you know it, we're done. You understand?
Another one cancer.
You want to deal with it right then and there. You don't want to sit and wait. Because you listen to these people in the world like this preacher and Tucker Carlson, you will not ever think you have a demon on you. Nobody thinks they have a demon on them. Everybody think that what? That the other person has the demon, not them. You understand? Well, in here, we have a government that takes care of that. Somebody offend you, you go to he and they alone. They don't hear you. Let's ask for a counsel. And let's see. You understand? What's the other question?
So first question, let me just scroll up, make sure there's no other questions prior. I don't believe there are. I don't see no other questions, sir. So the first question I have here is from Officer 50 Nayathaq. He says, Salakia, sir, if I could, with your grace, get some advice on how to correct someone who is being a hypocrite.
How to correct someone who is being a hypocrite. That's broad. Yeah, maybe a little more specific. All right, I'm how to get a broad answer. All right. So we know what a hypocrite is, right? A hypocrite is somebody who say what?
So like, so a hypocrite. Go
ahead.
A hypocrite is someone who essentially says one thing and does another. Essentially, there's someone who speaks against an action while doing the same thing that they're saying is not supposed to be done.
Yes. All right. Now, how do you deal with that? You understand? How do we deal with Christians? Because Christians are what? The biggest hypocrites. And hold up now. You're gonna live on them other Israelite groups, so-called Israelite groups, they're Christians. But what did Christ say to do? Give me what Christ said, let them alone. You're a hypocrite. You tell a hypocrite, you try to talk to a hypocrite. You're trying to, teach the hypocrite to stop being a hypocrite. A hypocrite don't want to hear you. Well, guess what? You know, sweat. Listen to what Christ did to these, said to do to them. And give me where Christ said, don't do as the hypocrites. I think that's which one? Where that is that's in Matthew. I think somewhere around Matthew 6. Who got that one for me? Hold on, I'll find it. Give me Matthew 15 and 14. I think that is somewhat it, but that's not it. I want the one where it says where it said to leave them. No, I think no, that's not it. I want the one where he tell them to
forbid him not, sir?
Say that one time.
The one where he said forbid him not?
Yes, forbid them not.
Come on. So I got Mark chapter 9 and verse 38.
Go ahead.
And John answered him, saying, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name.
Right.
And he followeth not us.
And he what?
And he followeth not us.
Yeah, hypocrites ain't following us. Read on.
And we forbade him because he
what?
followeth, like it, sir.
And what did they do?
And we forbade him.
They forbade him. They stopped him from doing what?
From prophesying, sir.
Yeah, on the street. From trying to teach on the street.
So trying to have camp, sir.
Yes.
Come on.
And listen to what Christ said.
Come. Because he followeth not us. Verse 39. But Yahushua said, forbid him not. For there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name that can lightly speak evil of me.
You understand? But that is not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one where he said, where he tell them, same thing, but this one explains it a little more for you. The one I'm looking for is the one where he told them, like, don't stop them from teaching. I shouldn't say teaching, but from doing whatever they're doing.
Check. Salagi, sir.
Come
We
on.
talk about Matthew 15 and 14, where it says, let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch.
Okay, that's a good one. That's the one I saw first. I'm gonna try and find it before the class over. But there's one where Christ told them, "Yo, don't stop them from teaching, from doing whatever they're doing, from them speaking, because they're doing it." I forget how he said it. Come on.
I don't know if in verse 40 of Mark chapter 9, it says, for he that is not against us is on our part.
That's it. That's the part I want.
Come on.
So yeah, read that part for me.
Come on. This is the book of Mark chapter 9 and verse 40. For he that is not against us is on our part.
Right. What does that mean? That means we can have different camps. Oh, we got you. What does that mean? What's Christ trying to say there? Come on.
Us not stopping them, it's gonna get to a point where the things that they do gonna help us, help the brothers and sisters see that what we doing, that we're not doing the same thing. So just like like, you know what I'm saying, they going out trying to cast demons out, and then they end up getting whooped. They end up, you know, the brother ended up whooping them out of their clothes. It came back to see, like, okay, y'all said y'all went out in the name of Christ, but your product don't represent, you know what I'm saying, the outcome. Then your outcome don't look like our outcome, if that makes sense. So like,
no, yeah, I'll take that, Zan. That, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're on that part. You understand? Because what's going to happen is they're going to be made out. You understand? You're going to see that they are not the One West. You're going to see it. How? Because one of your members going to be caught with some tranny. You understand? Not before. After he done do what he had to do. You understand? One of your members is going to unalive one of our sisters. It's going to show. And all the text messages, all the deep pictures they've been sending to their congregants, it's going to come out. You understand? And how about this one? The strap-ons. It's going to come out. It's going to come out.
Hold up, Cap. Hold up.
Yeah, no grace. It's going to come out. You understand? It's going to come all the way out. And you're going to be seen as being what? A hypocrite. You understand? You want to know how to deal with a hypocrite? You be more in the truth. You come in here and you do what? You teach and you wake brothers and sisters up. And that hypocrite, you're going to see him or her. And they're going to recognize what? What the hypocrite is going to recognize?
Salakia, sir. Well, first of all, he's going to recognize that he is a hypocrite.
Yes, that's it. He's going to recognize that I am a hypocrite. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
What's that song Kendrick Lamar got? They Not Like Us.
They're gonna fully understand it. You understand? And also too with the Bible where it talks about don't what? Cast your pearls to your what?
Swine.
To a swine, to a pigok. You understand? Some hypocrites are just pigs. You understand? Right? And give me where Christ tell you don't do as a hypocrite. Don't do as a hypocrite do. You understand? That's what you want to make sure not do. You see a hypocrite, you don't want to do what he do. You want to stay as far away from a hypocrite as possible. Who got that for me?
Go down. You got it. Beating that ass the hypocrite.
Hold on.
Select, sir.
Go ahead.
I think I got it in Matthew, the 6th chapter.
Yes, and 5.
Con.
Go ahead.
Book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are.
Thou shalt not be as what?
As the hypocrites are.
Read on.
For they love to pray standing in the synagogues.
Yeah.
And in the corners of the streets.
There's one thing, and this lets you know the biggest hypocrite on the block is who? You're Christians. You understand? The biggest hypocrites on the block is them Muslims. You see them callus on the forehead? You think, oh, they're the holiest of holy. Nah, I see a callus. I know you're a hypocrite. You understand? I hope that, you know what I mean, that answered. But, you know what I mean, if you want to be a little bit more specific, you could. But, you know what I mean, a hypocrite, there's no way of trying to get wrong, you know what I mean, trying to, just think how we deal with Christians. They're the biggest hypocrite. And we just do what? We tell them the truth. We tell them the white man's the devil, the Bible speaks of. We tell them that they the true Jews, the Israelites, according to the Bible, and now they had to deal with it. It's either they come in and learn, or what? They continue being what? A hypocrite. And it's your choice. Okay. Tab on next.
Con. The next question is from Sister Sapayar out of Durham. She said, Salakia, is self-pity or always being the victim, is that considered having a demon on you?
What is self-pity?
Woe is me. Nobody likes me. I'm always wrong.
So self-pity is nigh unto being what? It's nigh unto being what? Come on.
Go ahead, sir.
No, you got it.
It's like having low self-esteem. Like
So with that low self-esteem is going to start doing what it's going to lead to what?
Anxiety.
And what? It starts with a D.
Depression.
Depression. And now, is depression a demon?
Con.
Yes. And here we don't have no self-pity. You understand? There's no self-pity in here, Tolak. Because guess what? Somebody have it worse than you.
Con.
Somebody have it worse than you. We don't have time to cry about, about your big toe being, injuring your big toe. You understand? We don't have time to cry about anything. Now, are there things where, things like ailments that might lead to that? Might lead to it, but you want to come and talk to somebody. You understand? You want to come talk to your camp leader if you're going down that, that state of depression, because that's what self-pity is going to lead to. You understand? Who had that picture, but that video? Who could find that video? I think Jeremy Hyman played it in his class with this dude. He has no legs. I think he has no waist.
Come on. I remember Jim Hyman said that.
Brother. And that man is living the life. Why he ain't saying, oh, what? I ain't got no legs. No balls, excuse my language. And he is enjoying life. He has I think he had a girlfriend too. I don't have time. You have it? I don't have time to self-pity. I don't have time for that. Let Tab One play. Tab One. Send it to Tab One. Yeah, that's him right there. Hold on.
God, that's a clip from a classic movie from the 90s called Kids. And this man comes on the train in New York talking about, I have no legs. And he's singing, trying to get money and stuff. So it's like,
I don't, not that one. That one
is like, he's like that. He has no legs, no lower half of a body at all.
Right, but I'm talking about the dude, the one who was in the military. The one who was in the military, and he had no legs, and they give him all the medicine, he got all that good doctor to bring him back, and he able to live a life. Now, when you see things like that, you understand, and you start, feeling sorry for yourself, just remember, it's somebody with no legs, no balls. Excuse my language.
Salakia,
come on.
Can I get a precept that kind of cover that, Bob?
Yeah, come on.
Philippians 4:12. Go down and read it for me, Bob.
Con, it's the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 12.
This is what Paul said.
I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need.
Verse 13.
Verse 13, I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me.
So like in this verse, Paul was just saying, like, he know how to be high, he know how to be low. You know what I'm saying? How to take it, he know how to suffer through it, because when you no matter what it is, no matter what you're going through, you still can do all things through Christ with strength. Just like you said, the brother that was a no arms, no legs. You know what I'm saying? Well, if he can figure out how to get to a woman and have a girlfriend, like no matter what we dealing with, high or low, we know the Most High is with us though.
Yeah, and he is a devil. That's the thing. We are the children of God. You know what I mean? We are you know what I mean? We are Yashala, Prince of the Power. You understand? You know what I mean? Like, we don't have that. Give me where Paul said, where he said he has something. I think
I'll beat
go ahead.
I bet you I'll beat you to it.
Go ahead.
Most High Christ, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 8. For this thing I'll be sought the most, so like the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee.
You understand? Like, Paul had something he was dealing with. Now, if he was focused on what he was dealing with, he wouldn't have time to do the work of the Lord.
Right.
He wouldn't have time to do that work. You understand? But instead, he came and did the work, and he constantly did what? He was asking the Lord to take away that from him. But what did the Lord say?
It said, for my strength, like he said, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee.
My grace is what?
Sufficient for thee.
Meaning what?
So like you said, you better be glad he's not unalived, because Paul was, you know, he held a coat of what? When they was unalived of Stephen or stoning Stephen?
Yeah. So the Lord tell him, basically, you ain't going through nothing as yet, basically.
Right.
You understand? Now, I could really turn the heat up on you if you want.
Right.
But the Lord is saying, my grace is sufficient for you. Meaning you're going to survive, Paul. You understand? You're going to survive, brother. You're going to survive, sister. You're going to survive. You understand? The nice thing about it is you have your brothers and sisters here. And that sister in Tennessee, her husband is Nayathaq.
Nayathaq Conquer.
You understand? That sister is an inspiration to us all. You understand? She showed you how to do what? How to fight them demons. You understand? She showed and she won. You know what I mean? Get her sister a hand. You understand? She won. You understand? And she shared it with the family, and the family enjoyed it with her too. You understand? She didn't feel what? What she didn't feel? Self-pity. She got up and did what she had to do. You understand? And some days I see her making that video arc, and you could see, you know what I mean, the strength she has to put up to make those videos. You understand? Always remember somebody going through something worse than you. It's gonna help you out. In here, you worry about what the next man, what the next sister going through. You understand? That don't mean you should do what? I'm not telling you to do what?
Neglect yourself, sir.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to neglect yourself. But what I'm trying to get you to not do is to feel self-pity. Because self-pity will lead to you having demons. You understand? All right. I think there was one more scripture I wanted to go to.
So sir.
Come on.
There's another question online, sir.
Come on.
Come on, Salaki, sir. This is from Sister Thaina. She said, Salaki, sir, how can someone battle mental health issues, medicated or unmedicated, amongst the challenges and responsibilities that come with being in the truth?
Good question, sis. I mean, one thing you want to do is, if you go to let's start off with you going to the doctor. Once you go to that doctor and that doctor tell you, you have such and such, and we're going to have to give you medication. in here, what do we teach? What do we teach when it comes to medication? That you have to do what?
Honor the
Honor
physician.
the physician, sir.
Yeah, honor the physician. You go ahead and take that medicine. Right now, that's all we have right now. Take it. Take it. You understand? That's what you're going to have to do in here. Right? And now, being going unmedicated is not a good idea to be in here. You know what I mean? Unless you get in counsel and you follow that counsel. You're told to follow that counsel and you're following it to a T. You understand? But 99.9, if not 100% of the times, the counsel will tell you to do what? Get that medication. Let's start there first. Let's start there first. Let's see how you be. Let's see how you do.
So like the other one.
Come on.
Also, just to add on, that doesn't mean that you can't get a second opinion.
That's right. Mm-hmm. You could get a second opinion, but make sure and bring that counsel, bring it, you understand, to your camp leader. You understand? At least that's going to show me or show, you know what I mean, show this school that what? That you are what? You're doing what?
You're fighting, sir.
You're fighting that demon.
Come with con, sir.
That's what it's going to show. You're fighting that demon. And we here, we're going to fight with you. Trust me. We're going to fight with you. All right, come on. Anything else?
Nah, sir.
All right. All right.
So, sir,
Come on.
I got a question if I could about Kasha.
Come on.
In Galatians, the 2nd chapter, when Peter was sitting with the Gentiles, and he saw Paul coming towards him, and he got up as if he was like ashamed or you know, like you felt a certain way about sitting with him. What was the spirit behind that? Because from I was talking to a Christian today, and they was trying to, you know, use this to say Cornelius is not an Israelite, and then trying to say, you know, Peter, he didn't want to be sitting with the, he didn't want to be saw sitting with the Gentiles. But from my understanding, Paul got to checking him because he like, you know, well, he knew that Christ sat with publicans and sinners. So it's like, you know, if you trying to tell the Jews, you know, to do as the Jews do, but then you're not doing this with the Gentiles, then how can you be teaching these people?
So let's get it and read it.
Come Galatians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, but when Peter was come to Antioch, I withstood him to his face because he was to be blamed. Verse
so
12.
What did he do?
Paul came at him and like he was checking him, sir. So like it.
Right? He withstood him to his face, right? And not so much, don't think so much checking him, right? Remember, you know, always remember the rank. Meaning,
yes, sir, Comic-Con. Peter was higher than Paul.
Yeah, so meaning, I mean, I might say something or do you something wrong. You wouldn't withstand me like I'm your equal or below. You understand?
I will come to you like a son to a father.
Yeah, but you would step to me, in other words. So just think Paul is stepping to Peter because of this issue.
Okay, Comic-Con, sir.
You understand?
Comic-Con.
Like he bringing this situation to him. This accusation to him. All right, read on.
Comic-Con, verse 12. For before that certain came from James, he did eat with the Gentiles. But when they were come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them which were of the circumcision.
Right. So which means a brother that Peter knew was sitting down eating with who?
The Gentiles.
The Gentiles.
Right. And who are the Gentile here?
The Israelites, sir.
Yes. That's what the Christian does not know. The Christian think the Gentile is who?
The white nations.
Yeah, the other nation, correct. The white man.
Oh.
He think the Gentile, okay, no, Christians, these are Christian thing. Christian thing, niggas is the Gentile. And the white people is God's chosen people. You understand?
Sir.
Like they think that James, a white man, was sitting with a nigger. You understand? It's spick.
Right.
And as soon as James saw Peter, who was a white man, he got up. You understand? That's where you had to go with them. Like with a Christian wants to go there, you're gonna have to say, well, Peter, what was he? He was a Jew? Oh, for real. So was he Esau or was he this? Was he a white man? Was he black? You understand what I'm saying? No, you get to really see where his mind is. But in his mind, this Gentile meaning he's not one of God's chosen people.
That's right.
That's what he's thinking.
You
understand? When we know that this is one of God's chosen people, but they call them Gentiles. Why would they call Gentiles?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I would have to say because he was not of the circumcision. Because it went. Come on.
That's it. Once you wasn't born in Jerusalem, more than 99% of the times you born outside, you ain't cutting that rod after 8 days. You're not doing that. You understand? And that was one of the issues Peter and Paul was always running into, the circumcision. And Paul had to lay it out, lay his cause out and be like, yo, this is not so. You have to be circumcised in what? In your heart. He had to tell him that the circumcision ain't that no more. You understand? But that doesn't mean you have a boy child, you ain't going to circumcise and make that rod holy. You better do that. You understand? All right, come on.
Verse 13. And the other Jews dissembled likewise with him, and so much that Barnabas also was carried away with their dissimulation.
Right, meaning what? So now there's a what coming in?
Separation.
A division. Coming in. You understand? You're right when you say separation, but division is coming in here because what? Because of the circumcision.
Sir.
All right, come on.
Verse 14. But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel.
What is Paul saying here? They ain't walk uprightly in the truth of the gospel.
They wasn't dealing like, if I would have to use the scripture to, be a precept where it says we are all one in Christ Jesus, Yahweh Shah.
But what does that mean?
Meaning that all no, let's say neither bond nor free, Jew nor Greek, for we're all one, meaning they're all Israelites. So we're still treating them all like our brothers, like Christ did with the publicans and sinners.
Right. So you want to say that they're not treating them like brothers. They were treating them like what?
Gentiles.
Like heathens. You understand?
And
separating itself. Come on.
What it be talking about when he said, but when he saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, what he was referring to, even though that they were circumcised. That what he was saying, like even though they were circumcised, they still wasn't walking right according to the truth of the gospel, even though they were circumcised.
Okay, not them.
Okay,
with the disciples, he was more so talking about brotherhood.
Okay, come on.
The brotherhood. You understand? Like you ain't doing what Christ said to do. You ain't being a brother to your brother. Right? Read on.
Sir. It says, I said unto Peter before them all, if thou being a Jew livest after the manner of Gentiles, not as do the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as do the Jews?
What is he saying there now?
He's saying here, it's like, if you're trying to teach the Gentiles to come and change their life and follow the customs of being a Jew, how can you now do basically opposite of what you're trying to teach them to do? In a sense, it's like he's calling him a hypocrite.
Yeah, basically. And it's more along the line now of what Zion was saying. Like you all circumcised, but you all still doing what? You're still sinning.
Come.
You understand? Whereas these brothers ain't circumcised, but they're doing what? They're doing what the Bible said to do.
Right. Like Cornelius, sir. Salaki.
Yes, they're doing what the Bible said to do.
Come.
Right? Read on.
Come, verse 15. We who are Jews by nature and not sinners of the Gentiles, knowing that a man is not justified.
So he is Jew by what? Nature, meaning what?
Like according to the flesh.
Yes. You understand? He ain't a what? He ain't doing like what?
Like a spiritual Israelite, like they said, sir.
Right. That yeah, I'll take that. But
Okay.
they're not doing what the heathens do, what the Gentiles do. You understand? They're Jew by nature. You understand? Right, read on.
Verse 16. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahweh Mashiach. Even we have believed in Yahweh Mashiach, that we might be justified by the faith of Mashiach, and not by the works of the law.
Right, not by the what?
The works of the law.
What's he trying to tell you there?
The works of the law would be like the punishments that comes with breaking the law.
Yes. Right. Read on.
Come. It says, for by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. So Salagi, sir, if I may, so this will be where Paul was humbling himself as well, is because he know what he did before. Like it kind of seemed like we're going right back to what we was talking about, where he know that the Most High's grace was sufficient for him. So then it's like, why would I now act like these brothers can't come and serve the Most High when the Most High gave me a chance to do so through Christ?
That's it. He's saying like he's one of them. That's why Paul said what? He was a apostle to the Gentiles. You understand? Unto the Gentiles. Right? Because he had to show them that, these brothers, even though they wasn't circumcised, even though they wasn't living in Jerusalem, they are what? Jew by what nature? They are brothers.
Sir.
They're not doing what the heathens do, so why you calling them Gentiles?
Right.
You all in Jerusalem, and you all not doing what even Christ said to do. So he was kind of like, I didn't say checking him, but he was telling Paul, what they're doing in Jerusalem and what we doing in here, we actually doing what's in the Bible. You all are not. That's why Christ said what about the Sadducees and Pharisees? He tell the people
position.
No, not that part, but he told them, don't do what the high priest and them is doing.
Sir.
No, are they not Jews?
Were
they not circumcised too because they was living in Jerusalem?
Right, sir.
You understand? And Paul knew it. Why? Because Paul was the one, as I said, held the coats of the people who stoned Stephen. You understand? Just letting you know that he knew that these brothers here, they're Jews too. You understand? No, all that separation because of the circumcision has to end. You understand? It has to end because Christ, he had to show him that Christ came and sat down with them. You understand?
Right? Sir, most correct.
Yes, the Christians and them, who like to, go there with it, they for sure don't understand that the Gentiles that's being spoken of here in context, it is Israelites also too. It's God chosen people. You understand? They think that the Jews, like Peter and Peter, John, and James, and the other 12 disciples, they're thinking that they are the only Jews, the people in Jerusalem. Well, no, there were brothers outside of Jerusalem who were brothers too. You understand? They don't even know that the Gentiles and their what did they call them? Hellenists.
Right.
which was what? Israelite who speak what? Greek.
Con, sir.
You understand? Like they do not understand the Bible. Remember, the Christians, they are being more so, how to put it, they believe in a doctrine and customs more than they believe in the Bible. You understand? So now the Catholic Church, they say, is built on the Bible. But when you open the Bible, you could see them taking what? Pieces out, which means they created a what? A doctrine that is separate from the Bible. You understand? So now when they read the Bible, they can't put two and two together. Why? Because it's a doctrine. It's dogma. You understand? Like Mary being the mother of God. That is nowhere in the Bible, Mary being the mother of God. It was nowhere emphasized. When you go read the Bible, it's totally opposite. Christ treated his mother like a woman in the world.
Right.
You understand? He treated her like that. Why? Because he said, what? Who is my mother? Who is my father? They that do the will of the Father. You understand? Which lets you know that what? Christ didn't reverence his mother the way the Catholic Church reverencing his mother. Christ didn't pray to his mother. You understand? And Christ never taught his disciples to pray to his mother. But the Christian church, according to their doctrine, Mary is the mother of God. So, you understand? So, I mean, you're dealing with a Christian act. It's a whole ton of context they do not understand. They're not equipped to come on. I mean, deal with you on that Bible. You understand? They're not. No way, not realm. Come on.
Just what you're saying is so heavy. You know, there's a very well-known song by the Beatles where Paul McCartney says, you know, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me speaking words of wisdom, let it be. People know them damn words more than they know the scriptures in the Bible. And not at one point in the whole scripture does Christ or any prophet or any apostle say, when you find yourself in times of trouble, Mother Mary will come to you speaking words of wisdom. It doesn't happen one time. And you got a whole Catholic religion based damn near on a Beatles song. Salakia.
Yeah. All right. You go with that
Concept the water.
Yeah, first just you gotta ask them Christians who is Paul speaking about? Who was James sitting with? And you're gonna see them say they weren't Israelites, and you're gonna know that. Okay, well, we had a real, we have a learning deficiency here right now. And you gotta, build that up, because the argument is going to, and you have to find a way to stick on it right there. Stick on that right there, because the Christian gonna want to take you and have you jump all over once you start to ask him these questions, because he won't have the answer for it, because they don't teach them things in church. As far as he know, that is not one of God's chosen people.
Sir.
I mean, Top one, play a little bit more of that joint. No volume.
Say one particular politician or another, they're more than happy to do so. Wow. The other third sign of preternatural signs. So one is things that are beyond human capacity, which I mentioned, speaking foreign languages, but the other one is occult knowledge. And that's in two forms. So I mentioned it earlier, we mentioned it a little bit earlier about this woman who was making theological distinctions, You know, the demon was making theological distinctions. This is a form of knowledge that this woman didn't have. But the other form of occult knowledge is they can know what's going on in the other room, because as I mentioned, it's all being infused in them as it happens, as it occurs, because that's how they're designed to know things. That's how God made them to know things. He just infuses them as it happens. So they'll actually know like what you ate for breakfast this morning, or they'll know things about your past history. One of the things that you'll see from time to time is that they actually know your sinful history. And so if you go into a session, and because you know we see this from time to time, if one of our assistants
so hold on so if I tell this preacher he had problem with boys in the past, well, he I'm gonna be lying. He looks as soft as cotton. He looks like, you know what I mean. And you hear what he's saying about a demon. So now in your mind, what you thinking? You're not even equipped to deal with demons. Not because what he is describing is not what the Bible say what a demon is. He's making the demon look like, you know what I mean, like he is, you know what I mean, like this person here is, you know what I mean, some supernatural something going on. The demon know what you ate for breakfast, but brush it, maybe you ain't brush your teeth. Salaki. He could smell them eggs you ate for breakfast, them sausage, them pork sausage you ate for breakfast. Play some more.
Okay.
You know, that there's some sin that they haven't confessed, you know, then what happens is the demon knows that. And that's because as far as the demon is concerned, is if you don't confess your sins, then basically their attitude is, well, then I still have power over you because you're still under me. It's once you confess your sin, yeah, then it's absolved, and then boom. And so as a result of that, they know that. And so you'll start the session and all the demons will point out, hey, this guy over here, he did X, Y, Z this morning. And this person didn't even see that guy until the session started. So they'll have occult knowledge on those particular kinds of things. And so those are kind of the indicators that like, okay, I'm not dealing with somebody who's, that this isn't a psychological issue, this is natural. Now, one of the things that people often ask is, well, what about levitation? Is that a preternatural sign? Yes and no. Because there has been cases of like there was a saint in the Catholic Church who would actually levitate when he'd said mass, right? And so and he was a very saintly man. They even did exorcisms over things. Maybe the guy's possessed and nothing, you know. So
well, the Pharisees accused Jesus of being possessed.
Yes, that's right.
Pause it there.
That's right. And then
say here we're saying, right? No evidence whatsoever. And this is what you have to understand. Huh? Everything you say, guess what they want out your mouth? What they ask you for. When you say Christ only loved blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, what do they tell you to do?
Show them in the Bible.
Yeah, show them in the Bible. Prove it.
Prove it. Mm-hmm.
Prove it. But these preachers, these white men, able to say whatever out their mouth, and there's no what?
No proof.
No proof. Who's the priest? Who's the priest that levitate? We'll be waiting for the answer.
Right.
Where's the evidence? Where's that priest that was levitating while he was giving sermon?
Good night.
You understand? And that's what you had to deal with. But demons are what? Who do demons work for?
Satan. Or Salaki, or Satan.
The Most High, sir.
Yeah, the Most High. You understand? They work for the Most High. Satan is one of them that works for who? For the Most High.
Count God.
You understand? When you come here to get judged, when you die, when you come back on earth to get judged, you understand? You come back blind or crippled. Who do you think they're working for? Who do you think have you in that state? You would have earned it. You understand? But the white man will have you think that demons levitate. Demons know what you ate for breakfast in the morning. Demons know what you what you did in your past life. No. Demons is that brother right there down the street with a cigarette in his mouth, right outside the door. Demons is that sister, you understand, in that house, you understand, thinking, you know what I mean, that America, you know what I mean, is the way of life, telling you have to leave the truth or else I'm leaving you. That's a demon. You understand? Is that woman levitating in the house, running up them walls? You understand? No.
Slug,
You
so if I could-
understand? Come on.
Oh God, what you bringing out is heavy. You brought it out earlier in the class. That notice how they describe demons is very specific to their religion.
Yes.
Because he said that the demon knows that a sin that you didn't confess. Well, confess to who? Confess to Father Flanagan in the archdiocese in the Bronx or wherever the hell you may be at. So in other words, if you didn't confess it to the Catholic priest, that's what the demon knows. But see, in the I.S.U.P.K, the Commander Junior YAHANNA, this is the home of the truth. We can spot a demon. You can be a Muslim, there's a demon on you. A Christian, there's a demon on you. You can be in the truth, or a sister or a brother that is in the truth has a Hebrew name, and we can know if there's a demon that's dealing with you or that's on you. So it's universal. I don't know why anybody would listen to anybody else when it comes to this Bible. It's obvious that they don't know what they're talking about. Salaki, sir.
That's right. That's exactly it. You understand? And Tucker Carlson and all these, you know, media outlets, they just there to what? Distract you from the truth. You understand? Actually, you ain't gonna. You have a preacher on there. You wouldn't ask him. The same preacher who organization been paying off court fees for child abuse. You understand? You ain't gonna ask him about all them things. You ask him about demons. Demons lives in the Catholic Church. They live in the Christian church. Right. You're a Christian, you have a demon on you. You're a Catholic, you have a demon on you. You understand? Talking about what it is, exorcist.
Come, sir.
You understand? Like they have preachers with holy water. Holy water now. If that water is so holy, why don't drink it? You might get sick. I thought so. I'm sure you was drinking that holy water when you had COVID.
That's a great question. It'll be pool water. Pool water from the baptismal pool in it.
I was supposed to hear you all giving out holy water at mass and people drinking it. Not sprinkling it. Why are you sprinkling it? People can take a bath when they go home. The water is holy. You bless the water. Just like the wine. You say the wine is what? The blood of Christ. The wafer is the flesh of Christ. You eat it. Well, drink some water.
So like
holy water. Come on.
They weren't giving out none of that during the the COVID-19, sir.
I'm telling you, yeah. You understand? Play a little more Tabo one.
But then you can also have levitation occur in an infested building, which is not too common. So people will be in bed and all of a sudden, boom, they feel themselves getting dragged out or pulled up or lifted up off their bed. And that type of thing.
A rat or a cockroach. I've seen that. I've seen people levitate when they see a roach or a rat. I've seen people, you know what I mean, just, you know what I mean, walk on air. You understand? Yeah, we say when it was
and all of a sudden,
infested.
boom,
But go ahead. Play it.
feel themselves getting dragged out or pulled up or lifted up off their bed and that type of thing. People have seen that. That's very rare. But you, as exorcists, we hear about that from time to time. And so that doesn't necessarily mean the person's possessed. Plus, all the people that are possessed, not everybody levitates when they're possessed. Some do, some don't. And so levitation is just not that common, but you see it from time to time. And so it's not a necessary sign that the person's possessed. But if you see a bunch of secondary signs, around the person, and you're dealing with them, and then you start praying over them, and then the demon morphs or changes shape and levitates, well, then okay, that's something that's preternatural.
You understand? You know what I mean? Put your back on the screen. So, brother. Boy. Come on.
He said levitation, it's rare, but it's something you see from time to time. He has never seen anybody levitate ever in his whole entire life. But he's just saying it like it's just, oh yeah, you see people levitate sometimes. These people are really liars, sir. Salaki.
Yeah, they are. And what it does too, if you pay attention to it, it's to the point where now you can break God's law. That's where it goes to. You can break God's law. You don't have a demon unless you what?
Levitate, sir.
Unless you levitate, or unless you do what? You doing something that is unnatural to them. You understand? So now the person in the church, the preacher who molesting boys, guess what? He don't have demons. He just have a what? What do they say he had? His flesh was weak. Yeah, he had a vice. When that is what? All those things are demons, man. Every last one of them. And if we recognize that, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the Christian church arc, we will fix black people almost overnight. We can fix them almost overnight, arc. But because of the Christian church, because of a mass, you understand? Now, you know what I mean? It's almost as double, double hard to get brothers and sisters to do it, to sit down and just focus and listen. Because there's so much lies coming through them walls. So much lies. Right? Go to I know we over the time. Last scripture. Go to I think it's hold on. Matthew 17 and 14. Right? 17 and 14.
Comic-Con is the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 14. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, verse 15, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic, sore vexed, for oft times he falleth into the fire and oft into the water. Verse, I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Verse 17. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. Verse 18. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour.
And this is what they use to show that what? This child alone, people like this are the only people that have what? That only have what?
Demons.
Demon. Yeah. So now guess what? I could smoke my cigarettes and come to church. Just don't smoke it inside the church. You understand? I smoke my weed, just don't smoke it in the church. You understand? When this is just what? Extreme cases of where what? Brothers or sisters, you know what I mean, are what? In acting what? Unnatural. You understand? Because they have what? They possess. You understand? With what? With demons. You understand? Read on.
Gun. Verse 20. Also like it, verse 19. Verse 19. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? Verse 20. And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall move, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
And Christ was trying to teach them what? To have what? To have faith, man. To believe. Believe in what you're doing. You understand? And to believe in what you're doing, what would you do?
Cast out demons.
You could cast out demons, but what would you do? What would be your actions? Your actions would be what? You're going to come in here and be what? Zealous as can be. You're not going to be the one who you ever hear, you know, I mean, the term, you sitting on the fence, waiting to see what's going to happen. You're not going to come in here and be just looking to see what's going to happen. You're going to come in here and do what? And work to wake your brothers up.
Damn right.
You understand? You're going to be on them streets. You're going to be looking for ways to try and pull your brothers out the world. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to be doing that work because you have what? Faith. You have faith. You understand? You're not like Christians who claim to have faith and doing what? Nothing, and being a hypocrite. You're not that. You understand? You're on the streets, casting demons out on the streets, to the point where brothers and sisters hear you and say, what? I have to come to class. I have to change. I have to live like you brothers. I have to live like you sisters. You understand? You can't come in here and say what? Well, you know, I didn't like how Iraq talked to me, so I had to leave. He wasn't showing me no brotherhood. Nah, Negro. You left because you had a demon on you.
Right.
And that demon wants you to back in the world. You understand? Just for time's sake. You understand? You remember when the Bible said when you come in and you start doing what this Bible said to do, meaning what? Your house is clean. When you leave back out, the Bible says you get what? 7 more demons. So you come in with 1, you leave with how much? 7 more. Which means you're going to be what? More what? Yeah. And you're going to be more destroyed. That's why some of these brothers are telling you, you're going to see them, some of these sisters, you're going to see them that left the truth, and you wouldn't recognize them. You may not recognize them. And if you do see them, is this.
Insane.
Yeah. Because now that demon done take them. And sometimes it'll be too late. You know what I mean? You better come in here and, you know what I mean, be on fire. Turn it all the way up. You understand? And don't let, now is not the time to take on demons. Right. Now is not the time to take it on. This place is falling. You understand? This place is falling. Don't fall with it. You understand? And with that, who I pass the class over to? With that, I'll pass the class over to.
Oh, we have one more thing we have to do, sir. Is that
okay? Yeah. Salaki. I forget, man. You all could have tell me, man.
Salaki out of one.
Come on.
All right. We have a sister in the Durham school who's the rib of Officer 50 Hawan, and she has done her time and her diligence in the school, coming to class, being very helpful. Whatever the school has needed, she has sacrificed her time to actually come out and help and extend services to brothers in the school. Personally, she has, picked up family members of mine and, what I'm saying, and done things like that, and hasn't complained or anything like that. She has pretty much been a joy to have in the school since she's started coming into the class. And I just wanted to allow Officer Juan to speak on her behalf, if that's Tawab, sir.
Yeah, come on, Hawan. You want to say a few words, man? But the sister, she could step up. Why Hawan saying that you could pour the oil on the head?
Come on, sir.
No, sis, you sure you're ready for this oil? You ready? All right, Hawan, go ahead, Hawan. Sis, you ready?
Wait a minute. Oh,
Yeah.
Since you've been around, it's like since you've been with me, it's almost a year now. You've been diligent. When I first introduced you to the classes, you attended, no problem, no arguments, none of that. And, you've earned this. You feel me? Being here every day, day in and day out. And, taking that oil, of course, the work increases. We gonna get busy. Build this school, build this nation. You feel me? And that's all I gotta say.
So Hawan, what's the name gonna be? Where name her?
Okay, so you said it earlier, but it's Tayana.
Tayana, which means
she is humble.
That's right. Congratulations, sis.
You got the camera.
Yeah.
Switch the camera.
No. You're good.
Come.
You're good. Yeah, I mean. So you pour the oil in her head already?
You got the camera on us? Switch it.
I got you.
Hold on. I'm gonna get here quick.
Yeah, you just missed it. I just did so.
Nah, we ain't finished.
I'll do a little more just for the camera sake.
That's good.
Come.
Good job, sis. Well done. All right, and you go ahead. So y'all need 3 pieces up there now. You're getting the podium. Get the podium.
Come.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll turn the camera.
No, the camera is good right there. It's good right there.
Come.
Perfect.
Right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. And in the words of Captain Nayathaq, I need to ask you.
Too late for that now. The oil pour on her head.
Oh, it's too late? Okay, Salakia. My bad.
Yeah, I done asked her already. That's why I said that.
Sir.
Yeah, I mean, she about it. You know what I mean? Good work, sis.
Most High in Christ.
Well done.
We're going to do the anointing prayer up here. Salakia. No doubt. And once we complete, and I motion to you, say your name 3 times. Right. Up here. You two. So, oh yeah. You two up, Officer Yanazar, with him. Okay, no sweat. It's got it. Yabaraki Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. YAHANNA. Yahweh Yahweh. Panyawa. Al-Yakar, while you conquer, Yasha Yahweh, Panyawa, Al-Yakar, while you Sumlaka, Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Hagan. Diana, 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 Bahashem Yahweh Shah, the water, Aman. In the English, Yahweh, bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh, make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh, lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect Diana. Yahweh. Kum Yashala.
Come here, Shala. Come here, Shala. Come here, Shala. Congratulations, sis. Good job. All right, Tabon, you're gonna do the announcements or Hawan? Okay. So you can leave the camera right there and he could do it.
Security. Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashira. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation would be Feast of First Fruits. The Feast of First Fruits. It's 50 days. I get my Parthian check on social media such as I.S.U.P.K.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, imagine, Sister Shah. Men of Israel are going to give one encouraging salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Majim, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yashai Brakatham.
Sorry. Sisters of Majim, Mr. Stan. Men of Israel are going to give one encouraging salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Majim, Barak,
Hashem Yashai.
Class is missed.